program, they make you slog. You probably have gone through it, yes. The idea is you don't make or break in the first year until you learn the tricks of how to do class participation without preparation. So the we would be working all night. That multi-bowler would give some whack assignment which kept you up all night, or we'd go to sleep at some 4 o'clock and tell that watchman to wake us up at 6 and so on. And the boys' dormitory was also there, and they would go completely bananas at midnight or 1 o'clock or something. They would start yelling at the top of their voice. For some reason, they would call Harsha Walnut and me Peanut. And they would yell, Walnut is a big boar, 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 boar. Peanut is a big boar, 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 boar. I don't know what the neighbors, if there were any neighbors around there, what they thought of this stuff. And I remember Alan Cohen and Ellen, they were very friendly with us. And Helen advising us, just go into the bathroom and yell, if you feel frustrated. But I don't think we ever got around to it. But this kind of having to, swat all a night and submit things after the kind of laid-back educational system was a bit much, but it was interesting. We had to go to to this present campus? No, we used to go to Athira, yes. We used to go to Athira, and we'd have to cross this colony, the Gujarat colony. And I had come from Mumbai and I had my mini skirts and so on. I'd be grabbing a sandwich and a boiled egg and some bread and butter in one hand and running to class. And all the ladies would be hanging out of the balcony to see this phenomenon. So after some time, I started wearing a sari. I decided to merge into the woodwork, and I put a bindi, I put bangles, what else? I wore sari. But they never provided us a mirror. So we had this little mirror this size. You looked at your face, then you put it down and looked at the bottom to see whether your sari was hanging correctly or not. And in the Athira classroom, the jungle babblers, the common babblers, would provide entertainment. They would come and tap, 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 tap on the window pane, which was rather nice because it disrupted the boredom. We'd go to PRL, Physical Research Laboratory, for computers, and they had this huge computer and those cards with holes in them, punch cards. And I think that is the only assignment I thoroughly disliked, was having to spend an entire vacation, doing a project on stock management with this punch card, and the end of it tells you GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. I think for many years thereafter, even after laptops came, I was convinced there was a gremlin inside the computer, which is a nasty piece of work. But the professors were great. I loved the fact that, you had to present and defend your position, and it didn't bother me. A couple of projects which were quite intriguing. We did a study for a supermarket, it was a market research whether a supermarket would work in Ahmedabad, and we went to these polls, which for me was quite, one had come from a very liberal Mumbai background, and then there were these people. I remember this Muslim lady who said that she was never allowed to go out and buy her own slippers or things that would be bought by her husband, because she was from a family of a religiously hierarchy. And there was also other projects which were interesting. I loved OB, organizational behavior. Kamla Chowdhury was superb when she prepared. She didn't always prepare, but she was great when she had prepared for class. Mote was statistics, which is very interesting. I mean, how he made it interesting, I don't know, but he did. And Vikram Sarabhai is one of my all-time favorites in terms of people. His right brain and his left brain were both so well developed, and I remember you must have heard of it, the students went on strike for no real reason. I think it was just basically there was a lot of discomfort, particularly amongst the experienced people who had come with work experience, to find that they were getting low grades, and youngsters who had no experience in the same subject were getting high grades, and so they made the canteen and so on an issue, and they decided to go on strike. And I decided that it was not warranted. I felt that there had not been dialogue, and to go on strike before dialogue really fails is not appropriate. So I went to class alone with my boyfriend, one of the students, and two of us sat in class. And by the evening or the next day, Vikram Sarabhai had them all eating out of his hand. The strike ended.